Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you a magnetic excursion update Friday, June 13th, around 10 p.m. Mountain Time, 2025. We are still in geomagnetic storm, G1, G2 geomagnetic storm, hovering around that area. Could be a good night to spot auroras as the geomagnetic storm warning continues for another 24 hours. We also have deadly flooding in Texas to talk about. But keep calm. It's boom time. And happy Friday the 13th, for goodness sakes. And well, it is Friday the 13th after all. At least 11 dead. Several missing in San Antonio after rapid flooding. At least 11 people have been found dead and several more remain missing after heavy rains this week caused flooding on the highways through San Antonio, Texas, authorities said Friday. The Bexar County Medical Examiner's Office and the San Antonio Fire Department confirmed to CBS News on Friday afternoon that the death toll had risen to 11. The fire department told CBS News that several people remain unaccounted for, but was unable to provide an exact number. Earlier Friday, the fire department said its crews were focusing their search on Salado Creek and Leon Creek, and that it had requested assistance from Texas A&M Task Force 1, a federal search and rescue team that operates under Federal Emergency Management Agency. The identities of victims have yet to be released, but one of the victims was identified as a 77-year-old woman, according to authorities. And take a look at this devastating scene. All of these vehicles, some of them had people in them, and they were waiting for authorities to rescue them, but the water continued to rise. And unfortunately, as of now, 11 people have lost their lives. Ladies and gentlemen, if you get stuck in water, get out of the car before it rises and get to safety as soon as possible. Don't wait for someone to save you. Save yourself before it's too late. Our hearts, thoughts, and prayers go out to all those affected in San Antonio tonight. And there are more severe storms, lots of them focusing on the Plain States through Father's Day weekend. While most severe thunderstorms over the Great Plains will tend to be spotty in nature through Father's Day weekend, some of the storms can be dangerous with high winds, hail, and even tornadoes. There's where the line of storms tonight are going to be lining up. The moderate threat is from Montana south through Rapid City down into Cheyenne. And Saturday night, basically the same area, just a moderate risk, as well as Sunday and Sunday night as that moderate risk region. Well, it grows to quite a large area, including Iowa. And here we are over at Tornado HQ, and you can see all these severe thunderstorm warnings now completely down that map we just showed you where they would be occurring. There are currently 11 severe weather warnings, including Nebraska, Colorado, Montana, Wyoming, and Texas, New Mexico, and Nebraska. Holy mackerel, even Oklahoma. So storms all night along this front, and severe thunderstorm watches and warnings are out in dozens of states. So check out Tornado HQ for the latest warnings in your region. And we've got wildfire woes in New Mexico. The Trout Fire grows to 2,000 acres. SET evacuations have been ordered.
In southwestern New Mexico are preparing to possibly evacuate due to a wildfire. The Trout Fire is north of Silver City along Highway 15. The highway is closed from Highway 1535 intersection south to the Ben Lilly Memorial. People in the area are also under set evacuation status, meaning they need to be set to evacuate at a moment's notice.
And there you have it. The Trout Fire currently 2,170 acres. Containment is 0. The location 12 miles north of Silver City, and the cause is under investigation. And for the first time in history, a heat advisory has been issued in Alaska. You can't make this up. The fearmongers have lost their minds. Take a look at this. High temperatures are forecast to reach the mid-80s. I think we have entered clown world. Now, what's behind the big tropical Atlantic cool down to start 2025? Yeah, there are no named storms in the Atlantic, and it doesn't look like there's going to be any of them in the near future. That's because the Atlantic is cool. Not only that, we've got Sahara dust moving over the region, and that causes high stability in the weather patterns, which means no tropical storms develop. So we've got cold water, we've got Sahara dust, and we've got no tropical storms, no fear-mongering, and yeah, no climate change. The only place the tropics have kicked up is the eastern Pacific, and we're actually on our fourth storm here. Tropical storm Dahlia, maximum sustained winds to 40 miles per hour. Dahlia is going nowhere, will dissipate and head out into nowhere. Right behind Dahlia, we've got disturbance number 1 with a 30% chance of cyclone formation in the next 7 days. And now the full forecast. Widespread showers in the eastern U.S., severe thunderstorms in the plains, heat wave in the desert southwest. The dogs are going crazy. Widespread showers and thunderstorms across much of the central and eastern U.S. will produce areas of excessive rainfall, especially in the southern mid-Atlantic states. Scattered severe thunderstorms are expected from Montana into portions of the central southern plains this weekend, as a heat wave will build in the desert southwest, in parts of Arizona and southeastern California, as well as southern Nevada. Heed the warnings, and if you're going out, bring plenty of water. Take a look at this. New colors for severe thunderstorm warnings and watches. Why do they shift them like that? Exactly in that region we were showing you over at Tornado HQ. And there they are over at the live GFS model here. Those are those storms popping up tonight from Texas all the way up to Montana. And they'll be moving east just a little bit, pop up again tomorrow and through the weekend, and then finally move east. The threat moves east. Take a look at this. This is Wednesday of next week. Looks like a big one, so we'll keep a close eye on that. Seismic update. Big boomer, 6.1 in the Kuril Islands. Those are just south of the Kamchatka. There is absolutely no tsunami warning associated with it. Normal activity worldwide, 4.1 off of Petrolia could be raising eyebrows, and a 2.9 in Dacono, Colorado. Very rare quake. How do you like them apples? Worldwide volcano news for Friday the 13th. So spooky. Raung to 14,000 feet. Reventador to 15,000 feet. Sangay, 22,000 feet. Ibu puffing and passing. Take a look at that lava fountain. We live streamed it over on Rumble. Kilauea, the 25th eruption with tall fountaining has ended. Poas, volcanic ash today. Ducono to 9,000 feet. Semadu, who knew, now you do. Raung to 14,000. Reventador to 15,000. Sangay to 23,000. Ducono to 9,000 feet today. 7,000 foot blast from Ibu. Semadu, who knew, now you do. 15,000 foot puff there. 14,000 foot puff at Reventador. Raung to 14,000. Wrapping up the list. And that brings us to space weather as we are in geomagnetic storm. 3 of the stations showing KP5 or higher. This one's all the way up at 6. Currently listed at 5 minus. There is potential aurora in the northern latitudes, and this storm may kick it up a notch as we look at telemetry. The BZ is shifting south once again, so that makes aurora much more spectacular, pushing that geomagnetic storm higher. The density has been increasing, and the speed is now kicking up above 450 kilometers per second, and that is refreshed, ladies and gentlemen. That is the current state of the affairs. 3-day geomagnetic forecast showing G2 geomagnetic storm extended for another 24 hours and G1 storming for 48 hours. So hours of powers as this coronal hole is going to be geo-effective for days. And that means we are on seismic alert. A large seismic event could occur in the next 48 hours or even 72 hours. So we're keeping a close eye on that as coronal hole 57 faces Earth. Now, last night we had a little faux pas during the production. The audio kicked out in the last 3 minutes. and we were talking about some important topics, including the most consumed veggie in the U.S. is full of pesticides. You've probably heard of the Dirty Dozen. We've been shouting it out for a decade. It's a new list each year that the Environmental Working Group, or the EWG, uses from the USDA data to pinpoint produce with the most pesticides. Last year, strawberries, non-organic, these are non-organic versions, took the lead. But in the new Shopper's Guide to Pesticides in Produce this year, we've got a new winner, and it's spinach. Spinach swapped places with strawberries for the #1 spot this year. The leafy green was found to have more pesticide residue by weight than any other type of produce you could purchase in the supermarket, according to the site. And the samples contain more pesticides by weight than any other produce, period. 75% of non-organic samples contain permethrin, a neurotoxin insecticide banned in Europe that causes cancer in humans. And also new to the list are blackberries, which were tested by the USDA for the first time in 2023, and potatoes, the most consumed vegetable. If you're not buying organic, take a look at this. 90% of potato samples tested positive for chloroprophan, a chemical that prevents sprout growth but kills you. It's banned in the European Union and causes cancer. So if you can't afford organic, you better be buying your own, growing your own, which is why we implore everyone to grow your own food. Potatoes are the easiest thing to grow. Spinach, it's simple. But I do digress. We are being poisoned by the powers that be, big ag and capitalism, period. They don't care about you. They care about profits, which is why they are selling you poison. Lee and I have a great show. We just premiered on Magnetic Reversal News last night. Check it out. Subscribe to the channel, Magnetic Reversal News on YouTube. Asteroids heading for Earth. Evidence of a 12,800-year-old shallow airburst in Louisiana. This is more corroborating evidence for the Younger Dryas catastrophe hypothesis. It's a great show and a great hour of knowledge, so check it out. And please, guys, if you've got a few extra bucks, help out one of our biggest fans, Shay. She went to Mexico to get, low-cost dental implants, and it didn't work out so good. And she needs a couple more bucks to reach her goal to regain her life. Failed dental implants gone wrong on Friday the 13th. Help out Shay. The link is below. And that's a boom to knowledge. Please share the video, hit the thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel. Half the people that watch this are unsubscribed, and we just need 900 more subscribers to hit 100,000. Or is it 9,000? Be safe. We love you. And that is a boom.